Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. So I'm going to start with a prayer. I'm going to pull some subconscious cards, and then I'll see what deck I'm led to by the Holy Spirit. Almighty God, I thank you. Please allow me to be a clear portal and a clear channel for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. And God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this video. You know who they are and where they are on their journey and what they need. God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy, negative entities, evil eye, projection, spell work, black magic, dark magic, hoodoo, voodoo, anything that is not of your purest and highest divine light. These things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Wherever you are, I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Yeah, it's been a busy kind of day over here. Day of adulting. Running errands and doing all the stuff I don't get to do during the week. So let's see. Oh, I am turning cards over here left and right here. Okay, we'll take that. I'll take that one too. I am picking up a masculine energy, and I feel like there's a feminine energy in here somewhere as well. So let's see what we got going on. Needing to address emotional repression, suppressing or denying emotions, hindering emotional well-being and spiritual growth. Addressing unhealthy coping mechanisms, relying on destructive habits such as substance abuse or excessive escapism to cope with emotional pain. Needing to heal from your ego dissolution. The process of transcending the ego for spiritual growth, which can be challenging and disorienting. Needing to address a victimhood mindset, identifying strongly with being a victim of circumstances or others, which can prevent empowerment and spiritual growth. A gap between your success and fulfillment. Disconnect between achieving external success and experiencing internal fulfillment, highlighting the disparity between worldly accomplishments and genuine happiness or satisfaction. A blockage of the third eye chakra. Challenges with intuition, insight, and spiritual awareness. And then we had an extra card here. Needing to heal from betrayal wounds. Deep emotional pain resulting from a perceived betrayal by someone trusted, leading to difficulties in trusting others. And with the subconscious cards, these can be past or present what this person needs to heal or has already healed. And with all readings, take only what resonates and leave the rest. As my grandma famously always said, it is like eating fish. Eat the meat, leave the bones. So, and I'm being pulled to the graffiti deck. So I'm gonna pull out both volumes here and just go ahead and kind of but fall over with all of these cards here. It's a very big deck, but I love this, both of these. Well, it's the same deck, just volume 1 and volume 2, basically. So let's see what we got going on here. First card out, triggered. Let's see. Get it from both decks. Nope. That's a bit too much there. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, thank you for bearing with me. This is more cumbersome to shuffle now that there's so many more cards. Okay, so we got fake checks, sacrifice, make believe, love language discovered, mirrored souls, kick rocks. Like, I could have sworn I shuffled these cards. Financial freedom, password snooping, playing the victim. Oh boy. One night stand, romantic rival. Oh boy. Shuffle, burnout blues, turning things around, plot twists, turning over a new leaf, letting go of illusions, in the shadows, refusing treatment, fade away. Okay, now let me go ahead and get this reading started. So this reading is for a I'm gonna call this an awakening divine masculine. This is somebody who is currently and I say awakening because this is somebody that I feel like in the past this masculine made the wrong choice and was in basically heading in the wrong direction. Kind of had a come to Jesus moment where they woke up and kind of came out of like this kind of fog. Really, it's giving me spell work, mind magic, mind manipulation, emotional blackmail. Like emotional blackmail, manipulation is really what we call as readers, we call that dark magic. Um yeah, it's basically manipulation, lying, um emotional blackmail. It's all considered dark magic, honestly, because it's things that people do basically to um I guess the best way to say it is people use these things to have things go in their favor, and it's a deliberate act of trying to like deceive somebody. So it really falls under what can really be termed as dark magic. So this masculine is really kind of coming out of a fog of like dark magic here and spell work and mind manipulation and emotional this person was being manipulated basically, and this person was being manipulated by somebody that was a karmic feminine energy in their life. This is somebody who, like I said, really was under this illusion that they were with somebody that was behaving like a counterpart or presenting themselves as their counterpart. But in actuality, this person really was just a karmic feminine who was actually trying to block this awakening divine masculine from the real true I feel like real true soulmate, the real true twin flame or counterpart that is who he's supposed to be with. Now this poor masculine, I could say poor masculine because this dude is like, okay, so he's awakening, he's going through an ascension, he's gone through a dark night of the soul. So this guy is really finally kind of starting to really kind of grasp certain spiritual concepts. So all of this stuff is new to whoever this masculine energy is. Whoever you are, masculine energy, I feel like you're kind of like a newborn spiritually, like you're just opening your spiritual eyes for the first time, and what you're seeing is kind of like almost horrifying you because you're like, oh my god, like I didn't know I was like being manipulated and duped by this person. So it's all of this has been like very eye-opening to you, awakening divine masculine. It's like I said, I feel like you're not quite yet in your full divine masculine energy, but you are definitely awakening. You've already gone through what I feel like is the dark night of the soul, um, which is kind of like that rock bottom we hit when we basically start right before we start ascending. So I always call it the dark night of the soul. And so you went through that, and now you're kind of looking at your life with a new set of eyes, a new spiritual perspective. And what you're discovering is just, it's a little overwhelming to you because you just didn't have any idea that you were being subjected to all of this. But also, it's like very annoying because I feel like you're trying to get away from somebody right now who is quite literally a bit of a bugaboo. This is somebody who is showing up in the energy. This karmic feminine is showing up very triggered. This is somebody who wanted you to self-sacrifice yourself and stay in this relationship and stay low vibrational with them. And when you refuse to do so, it kind of had this effect of this person like spazzing out on you in a certain sense. And I feel like you discovered a aspect or a side of this karmic feminine that you didn't know existed. This is somebody who I feel like is currently like really amping up their manipulative tactics, in the sense that this is somebody that is threatening to, you know, drain your financial resources. This is somebody that is oh, I mean, this is somebody who is doing all kind of like snooping. It's giving me somebody who is kind of like very possessive, but also slightly off their rocker, because this is somebody who is very codependent, for one, and you're discovering that this is somebody that I feel like in the past presented themselves as like a fully formed, emotionally thoughtful, emotionally vulnerable, feminine energy, but in actuality this was somebody that was wearing a mask of a divine feminine. um this is somebody who you are realizing was really kind of, I mean, she was an emotional scammer. This is somebody, like I said, when you met this person, um masculine energy awakening, um, divine masculine energy. This is somebody, like I said, that presented themselves as a divine feminine, and you thought you were basically essentially building a relationship with this person that was, two adults in a relationship ready to do the thing called life. And now you're finding out that this person is basically low vibrational. They're refusing to grow, and they're a bit of a scammer. Like, this is somebody that has not done any work on themselves. And as a matter of fact, I'm feeling like, well, I'm not feeling like, I'm being told that these subconscious cards actually belong to this karmic feminine. This is somebody, like I said, that expected you to sacrifice yourself to stay in a relationship that is no longer serving you. This is somebody that wants you to stay in this make believe, illusions situation, and you're not interested in that. You're letting go of any illusions and you're moving forward because, well, one, you do want to be with somebody who is emotionally capable of functioning as an adult, because I feel like in a lot of ways you realize that this karmic feminine, like I said, she's codependent. So this is somebody that is not good at self-care. This is why this karmic feminine is coming through so triggered. This is somebody, because they're wounded and they have not done any work on themselves. They're taking this breakup, they're taking it exceedingly way harder than they should. And it's because this person is dealing with a lot of unresolved subconscious wounding. They're dealing with emotional trauma that predates you. So this person would rather you stay in a relationship that they know too is basically make believe and the illusion of you guys looking like a happy couple and a happy romance, when in actuality, in a lot of ways I think that are fundamental, this relationship really never worked. Because one, This person wasn't being their true self. You weren't ready to be your true self yet because you hadn't gone through this experience. And so, like I said, it's just really giving me the sense that, you know, you realize somewhere in here there was something that triggered your awakening, and then you started seeing this situation for what it is. You really started understanding that you and this karmic feminine had different love languages. Like, you guys don't think on the same wavelength. Like, you, whoever you are, awakening divine masculine, even before your awakening, I feel like you always had more of an elevated way of thinking about life. You always, I see you as more of a glass half full type of person, and this karmic feminine is more of a half glass, a half, a glass half empty type of person. So you're more of a optimistic go getter. Like, your energy comes through as somebody that, if something is not right in your life, you're willing to do the work to get to where you need to be. So you are hardworking, not just in the 3D sense, but I'm also seeing that in the spiritual sense. This is also a situation where I feel like you and this karmic feminine may have, you know, not saying that it was a fully one night stand, but I feel like you guys met on a sexual type of stance where it was kind of whatever it was. It was more like a friends with benefits. I see you when I see you, when I'm free, you free. We, hey, it is what it is, I feel like you guys kind of met on that kind of an energy, and then it turned into something more. But in actuality, it probably should have never turned into something more. It should have always stayed that friends with benefits situation, because now you are dealing with somebody who is quite literally obsessed, because, like I said, this person does not want to let this relationship go, even though they know in a lot of ways you guys are very different in terms of how you deal with life, how you think of life, how you function in life. And most importantly, what I'm feeling like the biggest difference is, whoever you are, awakening masculine, divine masculine, you have a growth mindset. And this karmic feminine that you were dealing with has a fixed mindset. So you have somebody that's literally, like I said, the half glass full, the half glass empty type person. And this person is not interested in growing. And I gotta say this, you already outgrew this person before you were even in the relationship with them. But now that you have spiritually awakened, and your third eye is open, and you're seeing things with a clarity and a discernment that you weren't seeing it before, you see right through this karmic feminine. You see the mask, you see the pretense, you see this person very stuck in. This person is the biggest thing that is holding this karmic feminine back. This is somebody who plays victim to the level of Oscar worthy performance. Like, honestly, this person is exceedingly good at playing victim. It is This is how pervasive this person's victimhood mindset is showing up on their subconscious, meaning they're subconsciously wounded with victimhood mindset. And then this person is also consciously playing victim. So this person is like, so it's, to me, it's like double, because, like I said, this person has the subconscious wounding of victimhood mindset, but then this person consciously plays victim. So it's like double victimhood whammy, and this person plays it to the point, like I said, that they deserve an Oscar for it, because this is somebody that is exceedingly good at getting people to feel sympathetic, to offer sympathy, to kind of prop up, and that's part of what feeds this person's sense of self, because this person is very codependent. And when you're codependent, you're dependent upon other people for your sense of worth and sense of validation. That's the best way to explain codependency, is that your sense of self, your self-esteem has been outsourced to others. And as a result, other people have the ability to make you inflate or deflate based on how they think or look at you. So this is somebody, like I said, they're very codependent. And so this is also somebody who, like I said, is refusing to grow. They like being in this victimhood mindset because it's garnered them a lot of sympathy and a circle of friends that are always kind of like handling this karmic feminine kind of with kid gloves. Like, this is somebody that like is almost being infantiled a little bit in terms of how people deal with them, because this person really plays that victimhood. Like I said, they really play it to the hilt. So it's like, oh, why are you leaving her? She's so sweet. She always does so she does. But like, honestly, and I can say this from experience as a former recovering codependent, codependents are very manipulative. Like, see, there's two sides to like, so there's always like one of the masks that codependents wear is being this selfless, overgiving people pleaser. But in actuality, what makes codependence so insidious, and I, like I said, I can say this from experience because as somebody that was a codependent, is that you're underneath that people pleasing is you're really giving to get. You're not really giving from a place of, where you're being truly yourself. You're giving because you're hoping that if you take care of somebody else, they'll find somebody will finally take care of you. And I can say this because in my teen years, my early 20s, that was when I really was my probably my most codependent self, was in my leaving from my teen years through my 20s. And I didn't start getting out of codependency until I actually started in therapy, which was I was about 22, 23 when I started therapy. And then I started going to CODA, and I started going to group therapy that dealt with codependency. And then you understand that you're like underneath that veneer of being very nice and being so giving and overdoing and people pleasing is really somebody who is in it for ulterior motives. And when you finally see yourself starkly, that's when you finally heal that. But I can say that this person is very manipulative in her codependency. Like I said, she's used this victimhood to her advantage. And it keeps people like always feeling sympathetic to this person. But this person is doing this because they're looking for somebody to caretake them. And so this person is very upset that this awakening divine masculine now has awakened to his true divinity, or is awakening to his true divinity, and is on the road to stepping into his divinity. Because like I said, when he was in this situation before his awakening, he was heading in the wrong direction. This was somebody that was low vibrational, that wasn't healing, that wasn't working on themselves. And so, like I said, I'm not seeing what caused this awakening for this awakening divine masculine, but whatever it was, it sent you back in the right direction. It sent you on your ascension and saved you from basically, becoming lower vibrational and then getting binding yourself to devil energy. So you, right before you were on the verge of doing that, you had a come to Jesus moment, something that triggered your awakening, and now you are on your correct path and you're ascending now. And as a result, like I said, you're looking at things with new clarity, and you're really seeing that this relationship with this karmic feminine is not it. And so you've come forward and you've sat her down and you've told her that, hey, listen, I'm sorry. I know that, you know, this isn't ideal, but this is not working. And like I said, she knew this too, because this was not something that she was unaware of, but this is somebody that is hopelessly codependent. So you were feeding a great part of her sense of self. And so losing you is really feeling like losing a part of herself, but that's really the codependency talking, more so than it's the reality of the situation. Here's the thing I had to learn it from Coda. If you are a fully functioning adult, it is your responsibility to caretake your own emotional needs. People can only enhance, what is there internally inside of you, they cannot fix, and it is not their responsibility, and neither do they owe you. So you don't create these codependents are really good at creating these unconscious spiritual contracts with people. I'm doing for you, so you owe me, is the energy that codependency will keep you in. That's where this is coming from with this karmic feminine. This is why the playing the victim. This is why the codependency and this kind of lashing out and being triggered, because this person is feeling like they're losing a part of themselves, but that's because this person is codependent on this awakening divine masculine for their sense of self. That is not your responsibility, awakening divine masculine. This karmic feminine is a fully functioning person who is capable of healing and working on themselves, and it is their responsibility to do so. But this person is refusing treatment, but that has nothing to do with your responsibility to this karmic feminine, honestly. So while you're discovering this and really understanding this, not only on the spiritual level, but on the 3D level, this person is making your life a living hell. So this is somebody that is going around, that is really, like I said, playing up this victimhood. They're painting you, they're creating a narrative of, you must be involved with somebody else. I feel like there is a divine feminine that is meant for you. I don't see her in the picture yet, but that's because you're still ascending and you're still healing and you're still stepping into your divinity as a divine masculine. But this person is creating a narrative of there being a romantic rival, though I don't feel like that exists. Like there, yes, there, I do feel in your energy there is a divine feminine, but this feels like future energy. This divine feminine that I'm picking up in your energy feels like future energy. She does not feel like current energy, because, like I said, you're in the process of healing and growing, and you're just now awakening to your divine masculine energy. You know, and like I said, this karmic feminine though is she's got a whole little. This is why you really were, in the smoke and mirrors of this, illusions in this make believe, because this was somebody that had really created a narrative of you guys being twin flames. This was the image she was presenting. I feel like on social media, to your family and to friends. So now that you're leaving this situation, everybody's looking at you and they're kind of like, I feel like you're getting a lot of heat and a lot of flack. Like, why are you? Oh, she's so great. But like, this is people on the outside not knowing the full story of, one, your spiritual journey, and then two, the fact that this is all a facade in a certain sense, because this, like I said, this karmic feminine is a codependent. So she's just playing up the victim, and it's looking like you're leaving, you know oh, I'm being left out of nowhere, and he's leaving me for somebody else, and oh my god, like, why is he doing this to me? Like, it's giving all of the, like, somebody hand this woman an Oscar, because honey, she would give Viola Davis, Meryl Streep, Barbara Streisand, Kathy Bates, you name any amazing, incredible actress, and she giving them a run for their money. Angela Bassett, she giving these people a run for their money right now, because this woman is really just playing this to the T. And I said, meanwhile, like I said, she is, threatening to take you to court to strip you of money. This is part of the manipulation to try to keep you in the relationship. This is somebody who is, like I said, I feel like they're snooping, they're trying to see what you're into, they're hacking into stuff. They're convinced there must be another, romantic rival, and they're ready to fight to the death to save this love. I mean, it's honey. Her energy is so dramatic. So I can only imagine how you're feeling in the 3D. This is somebody who, honestly, I mean, you're being very nice about it, but you really want to tell this woman to kick rocks already. because it's just like it's incessant and it's like very um like I say, it's dramatic in a way where it's almost like, somewhere somebody's playing the world's smallest violin, like, because I'm sorry, like this is just it's really over the top, This is somebody that is like, oh, in the shadows, like, oh, he's discarded me. I just want to fade away from my life. I don't feel loved, You are, and in the meantime, you're burnt out on this. You really are. You're burnt out on this. You really are ready to you're really to turn to a new leaf. You're ready to move forward. Like, you're not mad at this karmic feminine. You're not bitter about it. For you, even for you, this whole situation was a bit of a plot twist because, like I said, this awakening was unexpected for you, but now that you're awakening, like, you can't like pretend like and go back to sleep. Like, that's not really a thing. And it never works out that way, because, like, honestly, your life was heading, like I said, it was heading in a trajectory that was not beneficial for you. So you had to turn this thing around. You had to have a come to Jesus moment so that you could connect to God and your higher self and finally start growing, because as long as you were in this situation with this karmic feminine, you weren't growing. Like, you weren't going to be able to grow because you were with somebody that's codependent and she's not growing and she's refusing to grow, and you would have had to literally sacrifice yourself and agree, basically give up your divinity and agree to stay low vibrational in order to stay in this relationship, and you just weren't willing to do that. And congratulations for not making that sacrifice, because that is not a sacrifice we're meant to make. And I cannot stress this enough. It is one of the biggest spiritual tests that we are presented with in this life, and every one of us gets this test in some form of fashion. You're not meant to sacrifice yourself. Yourself, your authentic self, is the creation that God created. That's who you're meant to be. That's who you're supposed to be connected to. God. God wants you to be exactly who you created you to be. In order to be that person, you have to be able to stand in your full authority as a person, meaning you have to know when you're being self protective and taking care of self, and when you're sacrificing yourself, you know? And we live in a world where all of the programming tells us to sacrifice ourselves. Oh, you're supposed to stay in a relationship even if you're not happy. Oh, you're supposed to sacrifice yourself for your children. You're supposed to sacrifice yourself for your job. Like, I mean, the way the world will let it, you're supposed to sacrifice yourself for a Big Mac. Like, at every turn, you're being asked to sacrifice yourself. And that was never God's intention. Like, and even more so when you really understand that the true path to enlightenment is to go within, to heal yourself, to become connected to yourself, which then in turns connects you to God and higher source and higher power, all of the universe. And then you really step into your full understanding of your connection to God. Then you would understand why it's so insidious when you're being asked to sacrifice yourself. Basically, when you're being asked to sacrifice yourself, you're being asked to disconnect yourself from the Most High God. I know it sounds extreme and out there, but when you understand it on a spiritual level, then you really understand that that's really what people are trying to get you to do. Because as long as you sacrifice yourself, you're easily manipulated. You're easily taken over by dark entities. You're easy to mind meld and controlled because you're not flowing in your authentic self. Anything that is not healed within you makes you susceptible to the dark side, basically. And so, in order to heal that and step into your full authentic, to step into your full power and be authentically yourself, unapologetically so, you know, is to really align yourself with the Most High God. you know. And I'm not saying that in a selfish way, but like I say, you're never meant to. It's the reason why when we're on planes, they tell you put that face mask on before you try to help somebody sitting next to you. You cannot help anybody if you have given up your own self. So this was never gonna work because, like I said, this karmic feminine wanted you to stay in the situation and sacrifice yourself because she wants to be caretaked, because this is somebody that is refusing to step into their own accountability and take care of themselves. That is not your problem though. That is a karmic, this is their problem. You know, I feel like this is somebody right now, like I said, that is, they're playing the victim. This is somebody that I feel like is throwing up random things to try to like get you to talk to them, or it's like it's just giving me this person is always coming up with something to either be in contact with you or why you guys can't proceed to the next step with the dissolution of the marriage. Like, oh, it's not a good time, this is going on, like this, it's like this person always has an excuse for why now's not a good time for you guys to separate. And then it's just gotten to the point where you no longer can hold off and like keep trying to appease this person who keeps coming up with these arbitrary goalposts for when it'll be a good time to tell family and friends that you guys are separating. It's time to pull the band-aid off because she's doing this on purpose. You know, this random shuffle, randomly coming up with things to, throw you off kilter and oh, it's I'm going through it's really rough time at work and we're going through this reorganization and I don't know if I'm going to have a job and I don't know if we should separate. Like, it's giving me that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, if I felt like there was still sexual energy being exchanged between you two, this is the kind of person that will come up with a fake pregnancy. Like, I hate to say that, but like this is how desperate this karmic feminine is to hold on to this situation. She would literally create a fake pregnancy or actually get pregnant to try to keep you into the situation. Like I said, this is somebody very triggered because they know that the ending is here. They know that you're ascending. They're very jealous and angry about it. And as a result, this person I feel like is becoming even more codependent because this person also, along with the emotional codependency, I feel like this person is amping up any bad habits. Like, I'm seeing somebody that may be drinking or like smoking a little of the herb a little bit more to try to cope with this because this karmic feminine has no healthy coping mechanisms at all. Like I said, this is somebody very codependent. So now that this is really starting to move forward and it's becoming a reality to her that you're really leaving, this is somebody that is dealing with a lot of betrayal. This, excuse me, spiritual burp. These are not real betrayals. This is how this person feels. They feel betrayed. And they're really sitting in that betrayal energy that is contributing to this victimhood mindset. And they're drinking more. And this person is worried about the future because they feel like, how people are going to perceive them. Oh, they're divorced or their relationship is not together because you left them. And it's a lot you've been dealing with this person. Like I said, this is somebody that is not taking um responsibility for taking care of themselves emotionally and mentally. But that is not your responsibility, nor do you owe yourself, nor do you need to sacrifice yourself for this situation. you know like I said, this karmic feminine is really, I was blindsided. I didn't, I don't know where this came from. Like, it is, I mean, honey, get this, like I said, get this woman an Oscar, because but the legal matter is here, so this tells me that you're moving forward with it. Whatever decision you've come to in regards to, if this is an actual divorce, if this is a separation of just you guys live together, cohabitated, whatever the situation is, you're moving forward with the legal matters of basically ending this situation because one, you are sending, so you have a spiritual and soul mission here, and two, you can't caretake somebody who is refusing to heal themselves and grow. That you're not meant to make that kind of self-sacrifice. It's not a thing that is going to ever be healthy for you. Like I said, those are the kind of relationships you look up and you see the man, he's cheating, and he, resents his wife. I see those guys at work all the time, and then they sitting in the, cafeteria talking about how much they hate their wives and laughing about it. Like, that's not a healthy relationship. That's not a healthy marriage where you're married to somebody but you actually resent them and you really don't want to be married to them, but you're afraid of what other people are going to say or how it's going to look. Congratulations to you, awakening divine masculine, for not being one of those people. Because every time I see it, I just cringe inside. Because it's like, if you feel like that, bro, just leave. Just leave. Do not stay anywhere where you are not happy. I get sometimes people don't have a good sense of self and what would actually make them happy. And sometimes people walk away from situations that they shouldn't when they should have actually worked on a situation. But this is not the case. This is not you are in some kind of low vibrational narcissistic energy where you don't know or you can't recognize a good thing when you see it. And so you just messed up a relationship. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is you're awakening and you are aware that you are with a person who's refusing to grow and is looking for you to emotionally take care of them. So, but continue, awaken the divine masculine, continue moving forward because you're doing what's best for you. You're called to awaken and you're called to move forward. So just know that you're being guided by the Most High God and your spirit team at this time. And just as much as you can, just continue to practice good self care. Um, Take you some time out to make sure that you are decompressing and you are ridding yourself of any toxic energy that this karmic feminine is projecting at you, because I feel like she's projecting a lot of negative energy because she is feeling betrayed and she's feeling abandoned, but ultimately it's her own self-abandonment that is causing her wounds, not you. So continue to move forward. um, like I say, somewhere in the future, in your future energy, there is a divine feminine that is you will eventually make your way to as you continue to ascend. But in the meantime, just continue to practice good self-care and take care of yourself as you continue to remove yourself from this karmic situation. But that is the message. Be blessed.